said, and in all honesty, there are two individuals in Zimbabwe that have actually renewed hope, especially to the people of Zimbabwe. And I'm talking about Blessed Geza as well as Assistant Inspector Simbarashe Mandizviba. These two individuals have really shocked and shaken the regime of Emerson Mnangagwa, leading to the regime running left, right, and center. And at the center of it is the overwhelming support that they have been given. They have been given by the people of Zimbabwe. And on this live broadcast, I would be looking at what exactly has necessitated the people of Zimbabwe to actually support Blessed Geza, as well as Assistant Inspector Simbarashe Mandizviba. Of course, we have not seen the end game of these two individuals, but they have given some sense of hope, renewed hope to the people of Zimbabwe that it is doable. I will start first by chronicling how Blessed Geza has actually, in some way, even though the revolution is not yet over, but has played a significant role in shaking Emerson Mnangagwa and putting him in his place. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. I remember at that moment when ZANU-PF, especially Mnangagwa faction, was singing 2030, and everybody had lost hope in Zimbabwe, especially when we saw the opposition going to the precap farm, chanting, twerking louder than ZANU-PF members about 2030. We saw one man rising up and saying the only 2030 you will see is on your watch, and speaking with a serious face, and his voice carrying weight on Emerson Mnangagwa. Others have been opposing 2030 with words, but Mnangagwa was not shaken at all. But when Blessed Geza decided to stand and say you will never see this 2030, we saw all of a sudden Emerson Mnangagwa toning down with 2030. We saw even the Zwikanandas beefing up their security. There was panic. One man made the nation to be on standstill, and the people voluntarily supported him because there was absolutely no one who could actually stop Emerson Mnangagwa. People saw Blessed Geza as the only person who could actually stop Emerson Mnangagwa, and the very first politician really in Zimbabwe to speak what the people expect coming from ZANU-PF. What Blessed Geza has actually promised the people, if that is to be realized, then the country will actually move in the right direction if those words are fulfilled. But if they are not, then that is something else. But if what he has spoken, he has actually ticked all the boxes of what people expect. Number one, he apologized, he took accountability and said, as ZANU-PF we've been used. We've been doing this to the people for years. We've been used, but we have come to the realization that we need to fix the country. And he has been honest and told even opposition leaders that there is absolutely no way you can fix Zimbabwe, especially under Emerson Mnangagwa, with elections. The best way to fix Zimbabwe at the moment and to get rid of the problem that is at hand, it is to join forces with me and remove this man. If you are hoping for elections, that elections will actually shake Emerson Mnangagwa or get rid of Mnangagwa, there are absolutely no elections that will do so. He has made it quite so clear and as an individual who has been into Central Committee of ZANU-PF, in fact, according to him, he is still a Central Committee member, though he has been fired by the faction of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. He has defied that decision and said he remains a Central Committee member. Even up to today, I mean, there is no one in ZANU-PF who has single-handedly given Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa a headache and led a revolution. Even up to today, I'm telling you, when Mnangagwa hears especially especially this song that introduces Blessed Geza, that Nzira Zemasocha, I'm sure Mnangagwa wakes up and actually check whether everything is still all right because of one man. And also, this assistant inspector of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, that is Simbarashe Mandizviba, a very, very young man who decided to stand up and actually self-appoint himself as the new commissioner of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, taking a serious risk at a time when Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is actually at his weakest point and they can harm anyone who does such acts. But we saw that young man standing up, in fact, apart from appointing himself as the National Commissioner of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, what actually ticked the boxes for the people of Zimbabwe is that he was talking about reform within the Zimbabwe Republic Police and also taking stock that as ZRP, they have actually wronged the public, and he was standing up to actually correct that, though he is currently in prison, but the message was sent, the message was so clear as to what and what he spoke. People could actually relate with this. That is why when others are suggesting that, no, that man is mad, but the majority of the people say, but as much if madness made him to speak what he spoke, then that is the right kind of madness that is politically needed to solve the political situation that is affecting Zimbabwe at the moment. Because honestly, if madness can make someone to speak in such a manner, then it is good. I think we need a mad individual to actually turn the situation around. If that is madness, then it's better madness, because we have seen people who are actually upright according to the judgment of those who see psychological illness on that police officer. I mean, doing the worst, but people embracing people who are doing the worst. So these two figures in the Zimbabwean politics, whether one likes it, I think they have done the things which are not we have never actually imagined could be done, especially to one of the worst ever detected to rise in Zimbabwe, that is Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Remember, this one actually get rid of his enemies. This one is a very, very dangerous. I remember when it was talked about during the time of Mugabe that Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa was the one who was tipped to take over. I heard a lot of voices saying that, I mean, this man would be the worst mistake if ever he is to be chosen as the leader of Zimbabwe. And I'm sure those voices, as much as out of desperation during the tenure of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, people were tired of a dictator, I mean, wishing for any change, even if it's bad. People wanted change so bad. That is why Mnangagwa actually manipulated the situation to be where he is. So we've got one of the worst detectors at the helm politically in Zimbabwe. And there are two gentlemen who have risked it all. Just, I mean, for example, Blessed Geza faced treason charges. If Mnangagwa was to get hold of him, he would do what he's doing to Walter Mzembe. You see what he's doing to Walter Mzembe? They want to kill him in prison because he has a chronic disease. He is kept in prison. The man is seriously ill and his situation is deteriorating. And how do you explain that? Under normal circumstances, you cannot trial someone who is sick, who is deteriorating, unless if you don't want to kill him. And that is what exactly Emerson Tambuzo Mnangagwa is seeking to do. So we've seen two men in Zimbabwe who have risked and actually pressed the button that makes Mnangagwa to go into panic mode. And this is what I think Zimbabweans have been expecting politically to happen. And it is happening, and you can't blame them for actually rallying behind these two gentlemen. I think in the history of Zimbabwe, they have actually made a mark. And I'm very, very certain they will be counted as not the heroes in the sense of ZANU-PF, but the heroes in the sense of Zimbabweans will actually regard these two as heroes because they have actually, it's not easy for someone to decide to say, okay, you have put laws, but I'm gonna break them in the interest of the people. And this is what these two gentlemen have actually done. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also to remember to look out for my album. It is coming out very, very soon. I will be making the announcement shortly. Please, let's spread it like fire. Okay, move. Umhlabane is signing off. Let me laugh and leave you. Let's meet on the other.